Hello, welcome students. Here in this part, we will going to discuss abnormal molar mass. In this, we will mainly see dissociation, association, Venter factor and extent of dissociation and association. Abnormal molar masses. Since the accurate values of molar masses can be obtained only if the following conditions are there. And these conditions we have already discussed in our previous video. The conditions are the solution should be dilute, the solute must not dissociate or associate in the solution. The solution which we are using should be dilute. It means the amount of solvent in the solution is higher as compared to the amount of solute. Second, the solute must not get dissociate or associate in the solution. So here as a system or a condition, a solution if does not follow these conditions, if a solution does not follow such type of condition, then there will be a disturbance in molar mass, whether it is due to the dissociation of solute particle or due to the association of solute particle with the solvent. Now, a molar mass that is either lower or higher than the expected or the normal value is called as abnormal molar mass. Here is the proper definition of molar mass which we have to learn in this part. Let us discuss abnormal molar masses due to association or dissociation of solute particles. As we have already discussed that the abnormality in molar masses is due to the association of solute particles or due to the dissociation of solute particle with solvent particles. Now, first of all, we will discuss dissociation of solute particle. For dissociation of solute particle, let us take an example. Let's KCl gets dissolved in the solution in the solvent and get dissociated into its ion. If we dissolve 1 mole of KCl, 1 mole of KCl contains 74.5 gram. Since the formula mass of KCl is 74.5 gram, here KCl is an ionic compound. That's why we, we are saying that the formula mass instead of saying the molecular mass. So since the atomic mass of potassium is 39, atomic mass of chlorine is 35.5. On adding the atomic mass, we will get the formula mass of KCl, and it will be, on adding this, we will get 74.5 grams. So 1 mole of KCl contains 74.5 gram in water, and we expect 1 mole each of potassium ion K positive and chloride ion Cl negative to be released in the solution. Therefore, there would be 2 mole of particles in the solution instead of 1 mole. It means we we have started with 1 mole of KCl, and as we dissolve this 1 mole of KCl in water, we will get 2 mole of ions, 1 mole of K positive ion and another mole of Cl negative ion. We are starting with 1 mole and we are getting 2 moles here. And since if we ignore interionic interactions, 1 mole of KCl in 1 kg of water would be expected to increase the boiling point by 2 into 0.52 Kelvin. Means since initially we started with 1 mole and after dissociation we get 2 moles. What does it mean? It means that 1 mole of KCl dissolved in 1 kg of water. So molality of KCl in this part, molality of the solute will be, molality of solute is number of moles of solute divided by mass of the solvent in kg. And here number of moles of solute is 1 mole and mass of the solvent in kg is 1 kg. So molality in this case is 1 mole. Now on putting this value in elevation in boiling point delta TB, that will be equal to K into M. Kb for water is 0.52, and here molarity is 1. Initially it is 1, but as the KCl molecule gets dissociated, the molality becomes 2. So there is a change in the value of delta TB. As the number of moles increases on dissociation, the value of TB also gets increases. Number of molecules get double on dissociation of KCl, so the value of delta TB will also get double. How it is double? Since it will be multiplied by 2 into 0.52 Kelvin, and we will get 1.04 Kelvin elevation in boiling point for KCl. Now from this, the mass of 2 mole particles is 74.5. For 2 mole particle is 74.5 gram, and the mass for 1 mole would be 37.25 gram. Then there is dissociation of solute into ions. The experimentally determined molar mass is always less than the true value. Now come to the association of solute particles. For example, in benzene solvent, both acetic acid and benzoic acid exist as dimer. Basically, association of solute particle can be shown in covalent molecules, and covalent molecules are soluble in covalent compounds or in non-polar compounds. So here benzene, we take benzene as a solvent, and in benzene the solute particle must be a non-polar. As the non-polar particles is added to a non-polar solvent, there exists a formation of dimer. They get associated. The molecules of ethanoic acid dimerize in benzene due to hydrogen bonding. They get associated, and this normally happens in solvent of low dielectric constant. Since the solvent we are using is non-polar in nature, it has low dielectric constant. Due to this, and the solute is also a non-polar solute, due to this the solute particle will get associated through hydrogen bonding with the solvent, and in this case the number of particles is reduced due to dimerization. As association of molecule takes place, due to this the number of particle is reduced due to dimerization. Since the molar mass of ethanoic acid or acetic acid is 120, and the molar mass of benzoic acid is 224, about double than their normal values. Normal molar masses of ethanoic acid 60, and normal molar mass of benzoic acid is 122. What will happen after dimerization? The molar mass of ethanoic acid will get double. Normal value of molar mass of ethanoic acid is 60, but as it get dimerizes in a covalent solvent, the molar mass of ethanoic acid becomes double. It will be equal to 120. Similarly for benzoic acid also, benzoic acid is also a non-polar compound. In case of benzoic acid, mol normal molar mass of benzoic acid is 122, but when it get mixed with a non-polar solvent, the molecules of benzoic acid gets associated, and due to the association the molar mass gets increases, and it increase by the double value of the normal molar mass of benzoic acid. So initially the normal molar mass of benzoic acid is 122. After getting associated, the molar mass of benzoic acid becomes 244. Due to association of these acids, the value of delta TF, depression in freezing point, and delta TB, elevation in boiling point, will be half of the normal value. Why it is so? Because these both are the colligative properties. Elevation in boiling point and depression in freezing point, we have already discussed that these are the colligative properties, and the colligative properties are inversely proportional to the molar mass of the solute. All the colligative properties are inversely proportional to molar mass of the solute. We have already discussed in our previous videos. We derived the formula for colligative property with respect to molar mass of solutes. For all colligative properties, for all four type of colligative properties, we have derived the formula for which shows the relation between colligative property and molar mass of solute. So from those properties, we can conclude it that the colligative properties, any of the colligative property, like it is relative lowering in vapor pressure, it is elevation in boiling point, it may be depression in freezing point, or osmotic pressure, all the four colligative properties are inversely proportional to molar masses. As the molar mass get increased due to association of the solute particles in the solvent, the colligative property will get decreased. If the if the molar mass get doubles due to association, if the molar mass get double, then the colligative property which is associated with that particular solute will get half, because they are inversely proportional to each other. So such molar masses that is either lower or higher than the expected value is called as abnormal molar mass. So we have discussed abnormal molar mass due to dissociation of solute particle, in which we discussed about ionic solutes, and ionic solute on dissociation gets increases the number of moles of the solute particle in the solution, and due to this the colligative property will get increases. Since molar mass decreases, due to this colligative property will get increases. And we have discussed abnormal molar mass due to association of solute particle also. In association of solute particle, we will discuss the we discussed this due to the non-polar compounds, in which the solute is non-polar as well as the solvent is also non-polar, and in this the association of solute particle takes place in the solvent. Due to this, there is an increase in molar masses, and due to increase in molar masses, the colligative property for association case will get decreases. And the for example, the association case can be shown by this diagram also. As we are talking about benzoic acid, initially we have 2 moles of benzoic acid, and as these 2 moles of benzoic acid will get associated in the solution and gets a single one bigger 1 mole of the benzoic acid dimer. It forms a dimer, and its molar mass is very higher. Similarly, for ethanoic acid also, as we take 2 mole of ethanoic acid, and or as they get dissolved in the solvent, it forms a single molecule of ethanoic acid, and it forms a dimer here. Now come to the topic, that is Vent of Factor. In 1880, Vent of introduced a factor I, known as Vent of factor, to account for the extent of dissociation or association. As we have discussed that dissociation of solute particle and association of solute particle causes the change in molecular masses of the compound. So to account for the extent of dissociation and association, a factor was introduced, and that factor is known as Vent of factor. It is denoted by I. It is the ratio of normal and observed molar masses of the solute. Observed molar masses means abnormal molar masses. When there is the disturbance in the molar mass, that molar mass is known as observed molar mass. So I will be equal to normal molar mass divided by observed molar mass. since the molar masses are inversely proportional to the colligative property, as we have derived in every formula and every derivation of colligative property. Then the Ventov factor may be expressed as I will be equal to observed value of colligative property divided by normal value of colligative property. This equation will get reversed because molar mass and colligative properties are inversely proportional to each other. Observed value of colligative property divided by normal value of colligative property. The normal value of colligative property is the theoretically calculated value assuming no association or dissociation. And the value of Ventov factor also equal to the total number of moles of the particle after dissociation or association divided by number of moles of the particle before dissociation or association. The number of moles of solute particle after dissociation or association divided by number of moles of the particle before dissociation or association. So, according to Ventov factor, there will be a change in all the four colligative properties. And first of all, the relative lowering in vapor pressure, delta P upon P naught, will be equal to Ventov factor I into mole fraction of solute. Elevation in boiling point will get delta TB will be equal to I Ventov factor Kb into molality. Similarly, for depression and freezing point, delta Tf will be equal to I Kf into molality. And osmotic pressure gets changed as pi will be equal to I multiplied by Ventov factor, because Ventov factor is used for the extent of association and dissociation. I will be equal to CRT. Pi will be equal to ICRT. Now, in case of association, if there is association of solute molecule, the observed molar mass being more than normal. In case of association, the observed molar mass is more than the normal molar mass. Why it is so? Because in association, the molecules forms a dimer, and as they form a dimer, the molar mass of the dimer, because dimer is a bigger molecule and the molar mass of the dimer gets increases, so the observed molar mass in association is higher than the normal molar mass. Then the factor I, that is Ventov factor, has a value less than 1. For association, the value of Ventov factor I is less than 1. Why? Because the molar mass in association get increases due to the normal molar mass. In case of dissociation, since the observed molar mass being less than the normal molar mass, as we have already discussed in dissociation, the molecules get dissociated, so so the value of their moles will get decreases as in will get decreases. So due to this, the value of observed molar mass is less than the normal molar mass, and the value of I is more than 1. From here, the value of I is more than 1. Now, in case of solutes which do not undergo any dissociation or association in the solvent, the Ventov factor I will be equal to 1, because observed molar mass is equal to normal molar mass. This, these all values can be shown by the formula of Ventov factor as Ventov factor is equal to normal value of normal molar mass. Ventov factor, as we have discussed, that Ventov factor is equal to normal molar mass divided by observed molar mass. As both the values are equal, normal molar mass equal to observed molar mass, then the value of Ventov factor I will be equal to 1. As in case of dissociation, since the observed molar mass is higher, if this molar mass is higher, then the value of I will be less than 1. In case of dissociation, we know that the observed molar mass is less than the normal molar mass. So in this case, the value of I will be greater than 1. Now, extent of dissociation and association. Degree of Dissociation. It is defined as the fraction of total substance that undergoes dissociation into ions. For this, I will be equal to total number of moles of the particle after dissociation divided by number of moles of the particle before dissociation. Suppose we take 1 mole of the solute is taken initially, it gives M ions after dissociation. Then alpha is the degree of dissociation. The extent of dissociation can be denoted by alpha. At equilibrium, number of moles of the solute left undissociated is equal to 1 minus alpha, and number of moles of the ions formed after dissociation is m alpha, suppose. So the total number of moles of the particle, undissociated particle plus after dissociation particle. So alpha 1 minus alpha plus m alpha. Since as in the case of dissociation, I have this AB molecule, and this AB molecule get dissociated into its ion A positive and B negative. Suppose this is an example. Initially, when it is not get dissolved in the solvent, then the its mole, initially it has 1 mole and they have 0 mole when it is not get soluble in the solvent. But after at equilibrium, when it gets soluble to the solvent, then the number of moles of AB will get decreases by alpha. Since alpha is the degree of dissociation, so it will get decreases 1 minus alpha, and this will get m alpha, and this will be m alpha. And if I am talking about only one part, that is formation of A positive, the number of moles of ion A positive formed after dissociation is M alpha. This is M alpha. After dissociation it is M alpha. Now the total number of moles. First one, this one is number of moles of the solute left undissociated. 1 minus alpha is the number of moles which is left undissociated, plus the number of moles of the ions after dissociation is M alpha. So now on adding these values, we will get 1 plus alpha, 1 minus alpha plus M alpha. Now putting this value to the Ventov factor equation, since Ventov factor equal to total number of moles of the particle after dissociation, that is 1 minus alpha plus M alpha, divided by number of moles of the particle before dissociation, that is 1 divided by 1. So from here on rearranging the equation, we will get the value of degree of dissociation. Alpha will be equal to I minus 1 divided by M minus 1. Degree of association, it is defined as the fraction of total number of molecules which combine to form associated molecules. Suppose n simple molecules of the solute associated to form the associated molecule AN. Initially we have n number of molecule A, and as it gets dissolved to the solution, it forms the associated molecule AN. If we start with 1 mole of A, then alpha is the degree of association, and the concentration of the species after association become AN will be equal to alpha by N, because initially it is 1 mole and it is 0, and after as molecule A get dissolved to the solvent, it will get decreases, its concentration get decreases, it becomes 1 minus alpha, and the value of AN, since it is forming a bigger molecule AN, then the value of AN or the concentration of AN will be become alpha by N, because its concentration gets reduces by N times. So it will be become alpha by N. Similarly, concentration for A initially it is 1 minus alpha. Now the total number of moles after association will be equal to 1 minus alpha plus alpha by N. On putting this value to the Ventov factor equation, we get total number of moles after association divided by total number of divided by number of moles before association, that is 1. Before association it is 1. Here it is 1. Now on rearranging the equation, from here we get the value of degree of dissociation alpha, or the extent of association, that is I minus 1 divided by 1 upon n minus 1. Let's check the question. We have a question that how many grams of potassium chloride should be added to 1 kilogram of water to lower its freezing point to minus 8 degrees Celsius. Kf for water is 1.86 degrees Celsius kilogram per mole. Now come to the solution. Given is value of Kf for water is given 1.86. Here it is given that the freezing point is lowered to minus 8. It means freezing point of solvent is given that is minus 8. So the depression in freezing point, since here it is given that the solvent is pure solvent is water, so the freezing point of what pure solvent water is 0. So the depression in freezing point we will get from the equation delta Tf will be equal to Tf naught minus Tf freezing point of pure solvent minus freezing point of solution. So delta Tf will be equal to 0 minus minus 8. So delta Tf is 8 degrees Celsius since KCl undergoes complete dissociation. So KCl gets K positive plus Cl negative. That is 1 mole of KCl gives 2 mole of ions in the solution because it is getting dissociated. Here I equal to total number of moles of the particle after dissociation divided by total number of divided by number of particles, number of moles of the particle before dissociation. On putting this value, total number of moles after dissociation, 1 mole of K positive, 1 mole of Cl negative. So 1 plus 1 after dissociation divided by before dissociation is 1. The value of I will be 2 from this equation. So the depression in freezing point will be equal to delta Tf will be equal to I Kf into molality. On putting all these values, we will get the value of molality that is 2.15 mole per kg. As we get the value of molality from here, M will be equal to molality will be equal to number of moles of solute divided by mass of solvent in kg, and number of moles of solute will be equal to mass of solute divided by molar mass of solute, and here mass of solvent in kg is given that is 1 kg of water. On putting the values of molality and molar mass of solute is 74.5, or we can say that it is a formula mass here because KCl is an ionic compound. So from here mass of solute, on rearranging the equation, mass of solute comes to be 160.2 gram per kg because it is per kilogram of water it is taken. So 160.2 gram per kg it is. So that's all for today. Now the chapter is completed here and we will start our next chapter in our further videos. Thank you.